Okay. Very good morning, or good evening if somebody happens to join this from US, and I see potential of some people joining from US also. That's the reason I'm keeping it fairly in the morning rather than later in the morning, because certain zones will become difficult. So anyway, really acknowledge Sriram and Kamesh making into this call. This actually started 2 weeks ago, and there was this guy, Sai Nikit, who happens to be joining, but he joined at least for 2 sessions in succession. But he actually started, he gave the momentum for this WSC community, as I call it as. I consider WSC not only from the solution elements, of course, will, skill, chill, WSC, they are the solution, but most of the time, it is not the solutions that actually trouble us in life. Many a times, better clarity about what is the problem. Okay, so I say WSC also stands for problems in life. Why short on cheese? Why stale cheese? As well as why self-control. Self-control matters most nowadays. With all this onslaught of social media, these are the 3 problem statements that I'm actually stating. And of course, my previous conversation already has details about all this. If somebody really wants to know a little more about it, they can actually see this last week's recording. But anyway, now I want to call on each one of you. Sriram, acknowledge you for joining in. Anything you want to state as to your interest or your concern actually in this whole thing?
No, I don't have anything specific right now. I'm just trying to observe what you have to share.
Okay, I'm actually admitting somebody else just now who is coming in. Let me just I think he's the new one who just probably took the invitation to join.
Yeah, Jagan. He is my father-in-law.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned about this, so he joined.
Oh, that's
today.
nice. That's nice.
Thanks,
Andy. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking time to join, sir. Appreciate taking time to join. So anyway, really appreciate this. So Sriram, you are saying something, please.
No, what was your question? Actually, I was not very.
So any interest or any interest or any concern that you want to bring to this overall conversation? When I'm talking about the overall context of WSC is both problems and solutions when we are in the middle of worthwhile undertakings in life. Okay.
No, I don't have anything to bring right now. Probably once I take part in more sessions, probably.
Yeah, but I want to acknowledge you that you have an interest in sustainability. That's the one thing that I have got. Anything on the sustainability you want to talk about, so that we will relate to that a bit.
Yeah, the jury is still out. Actually, still there is no clear, one way forward for these things, because what I see is we've probably crossed a lot of lines, thresholds in terms of the entropy or whatever the general amount of pollution, whatever all those aspects which are kind of hitting no point of no return. But at the end of the day, we still have to have the hope, and there are things like we can discuss or evangelize certain things at the personal level or the community level. So so those things, but they are very sketchy at this point. It's like, suppose if you talk about public transportation, I'm a strong proponent of the public transportation in general. So those kind of things, right? Also affordable education, right, for the less privileged.
Mhm.
So these are the things which uh, which are all part of the sustainability, but
Okay.
quite boring for the general population. So I don't want to bore the people
Fair enough.
with all these
Fair
things.
Fair enough. I know sustainability is like an ocean by itself. So one sustainable small measure that I took as far as propagating this thought further is, for whatever it is worth, I have made 3 chapters of this book, as a public PDF and put it on Drive. I think I hope that is. I know that is probably going to increase a little bit of a carbon footprint, but then see. I think somebody else is also joining.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
This
Sorry.
is Veerabhadra Rao from Appalla from Kakinada.
Sir. Yeah, I got it. Your Kamesh's father-in-law.
Yeah, right. Yes,
Sir,
I
you
came
are.
to know from Kam.
Right. So somebody else is also joined just now. Mohan Krishna Garu. Mohan Krishna. Mohan Krishna Garu. Did we interact, Andy, or you're just joining?
I'm joining just now.
That's fine.
First time.
First time ante intaku mundu just manana chat chesama a little bit. No.
Sometime back we had an
Right.
opportunity.
You are the AEM person, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I got it. Yeah, you are the AEM developer, right?
Yeah.
I got it. See, many a times when somebody is joining, at least I'm trying to get a sense of you're a software developer. You're based out of Hyderabad. You work for a private company and you work for a technology which is a whatever it is, back end technology, right? So anything that interested you about what I am trying to talk about here, Mohan Krishna, what actually, anything that I can probably build on based on what you say. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Anything that you found interesting about what I am trying to talk about WSC? And of course, conversation tone nenu dynamic content build chestanu ikkada. I'm not running from a certain a predefined script here.
Okay.
So Jagan, what I understood is, yeah, you go ahead, Mohan. Sorry.
No problem. Go ahead.
Pehle aap ho raha hai. This is not Lucknow. This is Hyderabad, or this is wherever you are. So one of you have to go ahead. Yeah.
Krishna, you can complete.
As this is my first meeting, right? So I am like kind of to know more about WSC. So I joined this meeting.
Okay, fair enough. So more about at the first meeting low, I started talking about will skill chill clues for overcoming transition blues. Now I have made this first 3 chapters a free read so that people will at least get a sense of how I approach these 3 topics of will skill chill, because I call them as 3-dimensional solutions we need to apply when we are in the middle of a transition. Okay, and transition is like any change we undergo is a transition actually. So change is what we call it as from the external side, but transition is the inner journey or inner turmoil we go through when we face a change actually. And some transitions could be very easy, some transitions may be harder. Okay, and transition into, it could be a job transition, it could be a life stage transition, from even a student moving to hostel could be from a safe confines of a home getting into a hostel is also a transition actually. So life is actually nothing but a series of transitions. Some may be easy, some may be harder actually. So that's the reason why my overall philosophy is that transitions are not like no 2 transitions are same, no 2 people are also same. So I generally write a style of a reflective commentary అంటారు దాన్ని. రిఫ్లెక్టివ్ కామెంటరీ అంటే ఏంటంటే బేసిక్ గా ఒక సిచ్యుయేషన్ ని నేను ఎలా చూస్తున్నానో అది మాట్లాడుతూ, బట్ అవతల వాళ్ళు అదే సిచ్యుయేషన్ వాళ్ళు ఎలా చూస్తారో అన్నది ప్రిస్క్రైబ్ చేయకుండా క్వశ్చన్స్ వేస్తారనమాట. ఓకే, క్వశ్చన్స్ వేస్తానంటే జనరల్ ఇంట్రోస్పెక్టివ్ క్వశ్చనింగ్ అన్నట్టుగా, అంటే ఇఫ్ దే allow themselves to go through that kind of a style of writing actually. Yeah. So anyway, విల్ స్కిల్ చిల్ అనే WSC అనే కమ్యూనిటీ అనే గ్రూప్ లో నేను లింక్స్ పెడుతూ ఉంటాను. అంటే బేసికలీ I have almost 100+ videos also shot in the last 2-3, I mean actually 2 years since last 2 years since నేను ఏమి చేయలేదు, ఎందుకంటే I was again trying to survive in a job and that kind of stuff. But before that, I have done a lot of videos which are 2 minutes, 3 minutes kind of videos, which are actually introspective in nature, but they use movie clips and that. So that's one style I have used. So situationally, నేను కావాలంటే కొన్ని clips లింక్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాను. అంటే this is only a dialogue that I'm trying to do. I'm not claiming that I have all the solutions out there. I generally bring in some facilitative skills, because for whatever it is worth, 12 to 13,000 సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీర్స్ కి సాఫ్ట్ స్కిల్స్ ట్రైన్ చేసే అటెంప్ట్ అయితే చేశాను. సో మెనీ టైమ్స్ ఐ హావ్ సీన్ దిస్ సాఫ్ట్ స్కిల్ ట్రైనర్ నువ్వా అనే వాళ్ళు కూడా కొంతమంది నేను చూశాను. ఎందుకంటే మెనీ టైమ్స్ పీపుల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ వెరీ ఫిక్స్డ్ నోషన్ దట్ సాఫ్ట్ స్కిల్ ట్రైనర్ అంటే ఇలా ఉండాలి అని చెప్పి. బట్ ఫ్రమ్ సంబడి హూ వాజ్ అన్ ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్లీ ఇంట్రోవర్టెడ్ guy who was only into books, I have moved to a certain stage. Writing is something that I have done it since 2005 actually. Blogs rastu, it eventually became a book. So anyway, you will know all that and more in the PDF that I have actually now made available actually. So, and I'm not asking, or I'm not suggesting that one should actually Chetan Bhagat style of writing kaadu. So you will not, I don't recommend anybody to read it in a single setting. అలా చదివేది కాదు. సో కొంచెం నింపాదిగా చదవండి అని చెప్పి నేను ఇదే విషయం కామేష్ కూడా చెప్తూ ఉండేవాడు. సో డోంట్ ట్రై టు రీడ్ ఇట్. సో కామేష్, లుక్స్ లైక్ did you try reading some stuff?
Yeah, Jatin, I had completed first chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
One chapter in a day is a decent piece of rate of reading. Okay, so I'm not going to ask you immediately for anything, any views or anything like that, because it's only one chapter at this point of time. Yeah. Okay. One simple idea that I want actually right now. So who moved my cheese గురించి మీకు ఎవరికైనా ఐడియా ఉందా? Have you heard? Anybody heard about who moved my cheese అనే ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ విన్నారా మీరు?
No.
సో who moved my cheese అనేది ఒక వీడియో, అది వెస్టర్న్ లిటరేచర్ లో చేంజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ లో చాలా పాపులర్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అన్నమాట. సో ఐ హ్యాడ్ ది ఫార్చ్యూన్ ఆఫ్ టీచింగ్ దిస్ బేస్ యూజింగ్ who moved my cheese. సో అది ఒక 15 minutes వీడియో, బట్ ఐ విల్ నాట్ ప్లే 15 minutes రైట్ నౌ. అదొక 5 minutes ప్లే చేసి, 2-3 minutes ప్లే చేసి మిమ్మల్ని in your own what do you call మీ టైంలో చూడమని చెప్తాను నేను. సో ఎందుకంటే ఒక్క నిమిషం, హూ మూవ్డ్ మై చీజ్ అనేది చేంజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కోసము చాలా అప్రోప్రియేట్ రిసోర్స్. ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ యూజెస్
that cheese, where is it?
Is it audible?
Yes.
Who moved that cheese? Why is it gone?
Sniff it out, let's find it. Get something better and scurry along.
Go get me some of that new cheese. Go get something better. Well, who moved that cheese? Where is it? Who moved that cheese? Why is it gone?
Gonna get some.
Who moved that cheese? Where is it? Who moved that cheese? Why is it gone?
Once long ago, in a land far away, there were 4 little characters that lived in a maze.
2 were mice named Sniff and Scurry.
And 2 were little people, the size of mice. Their names were Hem and Ha.
As different as the mice and little people were, they shared one thing in common. Each morning, they put on their running shoes and raced into the maze to look for their favorite cheese. Cheese being whatever was most important to them, what nourished them and made them happy.
For Snip,
just want to Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson అన్నది చేంజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అనే హోల్ ఐడియాని థియరీ బేస్డ్ కాకుండా ఒక అనిమేటెడ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అండ్ హౌ దే రెస్పాండ్ త్రూ వేరియస్ సిచ్యుయేషన్స్ అన్నది చేస్తుంది అనమాట. ఇట్స్ బికాస్ ఇట్స్ 15 minutes యానిమేటెడ్ క్లిప్. సో దీన్ని సమ్ ఫ్యూ మేబీ 200-300 ప్రాజెక్ట్ మేనేజర్స్ కి నేను అంటే ఓవర్ ది ఇయర్స్ ఐ వుడ్ హావ్ shown these clips and then try to facilitate, because there are 4 distinct characters, two mice and 2 little people. Actually this is all of this is very metaphorical. Life is a rat race. So you are running like rats and చెప్పకుండా ఇలా ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా యానిమేటెడ్ క్యారెక్టర్లు చేసి ఆర్ యు బిహేవింగ్ లైక్ a rat, or are you behaving like at least a rat, or are you getting stuck because of your own moods and emotions అని చెప్పడానికి ఇది చాలా బాగా వాడారు అన్నమాట ఈ క్లిప్. సో నేను
Snip and Scurry, cheese was just cheese. But for Hem and Ha, cheese was more than just having something to eat. Finding it was a way of...
So I will share this link because it's a 15-minute video. అంటే I consider that 15 minutes video then just మిమ్మల్ని పెట్టి ఇలా వాచ్ చేయడం అనేది ఇట్ విల్ బి వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ మై టైమ్ యాజ్ వెల్ as యువర్ టైమ్. ఓకే, సో దీని లింక్ నేను మన అదే WSC గ్రూప్ లో పెడతాను. మీరు ఈ వారం రోజులు ఎప్పుడైనా చూడొచ్చు. ఓకే, ఆర్ యు విత్ మీ?
Yes.
ఓకే, సో బేసిక్గా నేను కూడా చేంజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ because I was grappling with this whole concept of change management in terms of trying to teach it in an organization to various levels of people. But then once I was out of the organization, I was facing change management challenge myself as a person, who is like a freelancer. So in a way, change management ane problem ni nenu chala kalam face chesanu. So దానికోసం ఒక యూనిక్ గా ఒక అప్రోచ్ తో బుక్ రాయగలిగాను అని నా ఉద్దేశము. సో బట్ దెన్ రీసెంట్లీ ఐఎమ్ రీకనెక్టింగ్ దమ్ బ్యాక్. నేను సొల్యూషన్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ విల్ స్కిల్ చిల్ అని మాత్రమే చెప్పకుండా ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఎలిమెంట్ కూడా, బికాస్ చేంజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఇస్ అన్ ఆన్ గోయింగ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్. ఇట్ ఇస్ నెవర్ ఎవర్ ఓకే ఒకసారి చేంజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ చేసేసాము, ఒకరోజు అన్నం తినేస్తామంటే రేపు అన్నాడు అన్నం తినక్కర్లేదని కాదు కదా. సో ఎవ్రీడే యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఈట్ ఫుడ్, ఎవ్రీడే యూ నీడ్ టు గెట్ చీజ్ ఇన్ ది సెన్స్ cheese is not just money. Okay, cheese could be health, cheese could be anything, so cheese is used as a metaphor actually. So anyway, ఆ లింక్ నేను పెడతాను. అది కొంచెం ఓపిక చూడండి 15 minutes, ఎందుకంటే ఆ 4 క్యారెక్టర్స్ చాలా డిఫరెంట్ గా బిహేవ్ చేస్తారు డిఫరెంట్ సిచ్యుయేషన్స్ లో. అండ్ ఇట్స్ వెరీ నైస్లీ మేడ్. అండ్ దీన్ని మిలియన్స్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ చూసారు, వెస్టర్న్ పీపుల్ డ్యూరింగ్ late 90s at least, because and change management many a times ideas are the same. People generally try to present it with a lot more fancier concepts actually. So I'm somebody who can restate concepts, but then I also want to say that this is not something brand new or something new. I only have a new treatment actually to the age old issue. Hope I am clarifying. Yeah.
Yes.
So who moved my cheese nunchi nenu danvalle nenu why short on cheese? If you are very comfortable in a job and suddenly you get laid off, sooner or later bills will pile up and you have to pay them. Okay, so you will get short on cheese actually. So why short on cheese is one nature of problem when somebody is in middle of undertakings. And I don't have to tell you how things are uncertain nowadays. Okay, so obviously short on cheese can easily happen, but sometimes seemingly there is no problem, things are going okay, but then somehow you are not feeling good about yourself or the kind of work that you are doing. So I call that as why stale cheese. WSC again, why stale cheese? Because cheese is there but you are not tasting it to be good. This is a bigger problem. This is a bigger problem that happens because people seem to be doing fine. అంటే వాళ్ళ ఇల్లు గడిచిపోతుంది, వాళ్ళ అవసరాలు గడిచిపోతున్నాయి. They are contributing well to the consumption economy. But somehow from inside they are not feeling good, because then when you are not feeling good from inside, even though you are consuming very well and contributing very well to the shopping carts of all companies out there, then that is when you need to say, am I only being consumption person? Am I creating something which is of value? Of course, creating something of value is not a simple undertaking. Of course, when you are working in a formal organization, you have to create something of value, no doubt about it. Okay, otherwise why will you get paid actually? So, but then is that it all? Whatever you work at an organization and somehow make the ends meet, is that all? Is there something more to it? These are bigger questions, of course, which everyone has to deal with them on their own. But I am saying that while those questions, one need to consider them oneself, the effect of it is a stale cheese. You are not enjoying yourself. You are somehow having some kind of restlessness inside you. That's the second type of WSC problem actually. And of course, the third problem is in the current Instagram and the Facebook generation, there are so many things that attract us. But then our focus, what is our focus? Why self-control matters most. I'm not saying I'm the expert in self-control out there, but then at least I have done my own trials and errors actually in this regard. But anyway, all that is explained also to some extent in the book, although this is a 3-year-old effort. So I'm only trying to kind of socialize this through these ongoing conversations that I would do. So on each of the topics, on each of the topics. Okay, so one thing that I actually you will see that one thing I will be using a lot is a contrasting lens. Actually, a contrast lens ante enti annadi nenu na video okati chupistanu. I'm taking this link anyway I'll put, but oka contrasting మీద నేను ఒక చిన్న వీడియో చేశాను. ఎందుకు కాంట్రాస్టింగ్స్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ గా ఉంటాయి, లేదా why contrast can be a good way by which people can get to some pointers very quickly. Sorry. సో నేను కాంట్రాస్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి అనేది చిన్న వీడియో ప్లే చేస్తాను, 4 minutes కాబట్టి ఇలా చేస్తాను.
दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी, ये वाला और एक नगेट कर रहा हूँ मैं हूँ जगन मंथा। lifepoint.com में मेरा बारे में आप देख सकते हैं, you can see more details about me. आपने कभी ये सोचा है salt and pepper look क्यों इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है? एक्चुअली salt and pepper look इसलिए इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है कि क्योंकि वो एक contrasting चीज है. So
sir, we can't see the video. We are not able to see it.
Video is not coming?
No. Only audio I'm able to.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So I'm so sorry. Thanks for letting me know. I have shared sound as well as optimized for video. I don't know what happened. Just a minute. Okay, maybe I have to freshly share. Are you seeing my screen now?
Yes.
दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी, ये वाला और एक नगेट कर रहा हूँ मैं हूँ जगन मंथा। lifepoint.com में मेरा बारे में आप देख सकते हैं, you can see more details about me. आपने कभी ये सोचा है salt and pepper look क्यों इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है? एक्चुअली salt and pepper look इसलिए इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है कि क्योंकि वो एक कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग चीज है. सो कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी भी कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग ही है. एक्चुअली मैं हूं जगन मंथा, मैं अपने आप को एक कॉन्ट्रास्ट एक्सपर्ट मानता हूं. अभी मैं आपको कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग के बारे में एक शेयर करना चाहूंगा विद समथिंग दैट which is a blockbuster hit from the yesteryears. So here it comes. It's none other than Sholay, of course. So Sholay,
I think the video playing experience is not good, but anyway, I'll share that video as well if anybody wants to see. I explained three, if you are a Sholay fan, three different contrasting aspects of Sholay I share. So see, the whole point is that the other day, recently, I was actually there is an artificial intelligence out there. You know, there is so much of AI that is going on out there. But then I mean, everybody knows about AI. But then while I mention AI, I say, how about our EI? EI means emotional intelligence. You know, so
Yes.
I generally find a way to bring up contrasting ideas which are juxtaposed. You know. జక్స్టపోజ్డ్ అంటే ఒకదాని తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు ఒక 6 ఫుటర్ ఉన్నాడంటే వాడు 6 ఫుటర్ అనే విషయం మనకు తెలియదు, కానీ పక్కన ఒక 4 ఫుటర్ ఉంటే వెరీ క్లియర్ గా తెలుస్తుంది. వీడు 6 ఫుటర్, వీడు 4 ఫుట్, అంటే చాలా వీడు ఎంత పొడుగున్నాడు, వీడు ఎంత పొట్టిగా ఉన్నాడు అన్న విషయం మనకి చాలా చాలా క్లియర్ గా కాంట్రాస్టింగ్ అంటే పక్కన పెడితే. సో మై ఎంటైర్ స్టైల్ ఆఫ్ రైటింగ్ లెవరేజెస్ ది పవర్ ఆఫ్ కాంట్రాస్ట్ అన్నమాట. బికాస్ sometimes we may be just rushing through life with whatever perspective that we have, and maybe contrasting is a different perspective for somebody who may not be used to look at things through a contrasting perspective. So I use that perspective to make certain points which help people to see them in new light. So I'll anyway share that link also for anybody who wants to look at, because I'm a fan of Sholay, seen it many times. So felt good that I have highlighted 3 different contrasting aspects of Sholay movie. And if you అంటే నేను నా వీడియోస్ లో కొన్ని హిందీ మూవీస్ బేస్డ్ వీడియోస్ ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని తెలుగు మూవీ బేస్డ్ వీడియోస్ ఉంటాయి. ఏది కూడా 2-3 మినిట్స్ కన్నా ఎక్కువ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయలేదు. బట్ ఎనీవే ఐఎమ్ నాట్ లైక్, అంటే టిక్ టాక్ జనరేషన్ ఈజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ దే కెనాట్ ఈవెన్ వెయిట్ ఫర్ 15-16 seconds. I understand that, so I'm not necessarily capable enough to rank high there with the TikTokers out there. I'm not competing in that segment anyway. So already it has given me alert that it's only 10 minutes more because I'm doing this still with Zoom free version. So I can take some questions right now, and anybody has any questions, if I have actually laid out, what I'm actually trying to talk about, and I'll immediately share all the links, whichever actually I have referred to, so that you can see them on your own. But I can take some questions. Anybody has any questions, either Sriram or Mohan, Kamesh also.
Hi Jaganji, this is Veerbhadra.
Sir, Chapat sir.
Hello. Hello sir, it's very lucky for me. Actually, I'm able to join this session today with thanks to Kamesh. And also I think it is very inspiring even to know for everything, because this WSC will help for a person both on personal front and professional front, because as a change is a continuous process, we can't say it's a constant. And also I think if I can share you one thing, there is always a one saying that you cannot run present day's business on yesterday's principle to have a better tomorrow. Where you need to change, I think this quote can apply even our day-to-day personal life also. Even in our personal life, we will keep moving with so many people, we will interact with so many people. I think this particular WSC concept is the one route can solve many problems, because will, skill, and chill. I think there is a one problem for everything when day-to-day life we face is lack of understanding and lack of adaptability. Thereby, we will not be able to focus on the problematic area where the root of the problem is. There is a possibility even at times we are wrong. There sometimes other people can be wrong, but ultimately even it all happens. It all should happen with understanding one another, understanding ourselves, like self-analysis. Am I right? I think I have done some mistake. I think this all will help in improving our the transmission phase, right? Because this particular transmission will help for every person in their personal life and professional. I think this particular interaction is, I think really, I admire you for your efforts because for the workout being done by you, because this can address many problems for every person. It's not just confined only to professional life and also even in personal. Because one more thing, just now I think you were referring this IQ and the EQ. I am one person in the bracket who belong to this to give importance for EQ, emotional quotient, because no doubt IQ will help in improving their professional front, and simultaneously EQ is the one which will help in improving the emotional quotient. Means I think if we can understand the other people on their emotional front, I think we'll be able to establish a better bond. We can present ourselves, we can receive others also from their emotional thoughts. There is a space certainly is there to correct ourselves. There, the particular self-analysis can start. This self-analysis is the one important phase one everyone need to start, so that every problem can be solved. I think this is my little understanding I wanted to share. Hope if any suggestions, if you can give me also, I think it will help you very academically.
First and foremost, Pedavaru Miru, I know you're a successful businessman running, at you and your wife, successful entrepreneurs. The other day, my wife was telling, successful entrepreneurs in your own way, of course. Chain of drugstores running is not an easy thing, I know out of coastal town, Kakinada. Sir, first and foremost, actually, అంటే కామేష్ జాయిన్ అవుతున్నాడు అనుకున్నాం కానీ కామేష్ మిమ్మల్ని జాయిన్ చేస్తారంటే దట్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇస్ యాక్చువల్లీ ప్రివిలేజ్ ఫర్ మీ యూ బీయింగ్ హియర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇస్ ప్రివిలేజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ సో అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ సి ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ దిస్ హోల్ ఎఫర్ట్ ఇస్ అట్లీస్ట్ 3 years లేట్ అని చెప్పొచ్చు ఎందుకంటే నేను బుక్ రాసిన తర్వాత ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ ఇమీడియట్లీ కోవిడ్ టైంలో ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ ఎవ్రీబడి వాజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ డూయింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అంటే ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ ఇమీడియట్ గా ఎక్కువైపోయింది యాక్చువల్గా కోవిడ్ టైంలో almost everybody started doing anything and everything. I don't know, that's why I felt immediate గా నేను కోవిడ్ టైంలో అసలు ఇంకా ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియంలో ఏమి చేయకుండా నేను తెలుగులో కొంచెం కోరాలో తెలుగు క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్ రాస్తుండేవాడిని. ఇప్పుడు నా రీసెంట్లీ ఐ హావ్ టచ్ 1700 క్వశ్చన్స్. అంటే ఎందుకంటే అందులో బేసిక్ గా మై థాట్ అట్ దట్ టైమ్ బికాజ్ ఐ వాజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ గోయింగ్ అండ్ ప్లేయింగ్ అ మేనేజ్మెంట్ రోల్ which I used to do at least 15 years ago, So my entire family was happy. At least ఇన్నాళ్ళకి జీత వస్తుంది మనవాడికి అని. But I was not happy. So I was actually trying to develop a style of persuasive writing అని కొంచెం ట్రై చేస్తాంలేండి. అంటే ఇంగ్లీష్ రాస్తుంటే తెలుగులో ఎందుకు రాయలేము అని చెప్పి నేను I was trying to do that. So, but one thing you said very nicely, everybody is facing problem, everybody is analyzing actually. But analysis అనేది కూడా there is something called analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
And people are very good at it, వాళ్ళ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని వాళ్ళే అనలైజ్ చేసేసుకొని కొన్నిసార్లు పారాలిసిస్ వెళ్ళిపోతారు. సో అండ్ లాస్ట్ సెషన్ లో నేను దిల్ అనే మూవీలో వేణుమాధవ్ ఏమో ఏం క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతున్నాడు అని చెప్పి 3 క్వశ్చన్స్ కి ఆన్సర్స్ హీరో నుంచి తీసుకుంటాడు. దిల్ అనే మూవీ అది నేను ఇద్దరు మాట్లాడుతుంటే నేను వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫస్ట్ అండ్ ఫార్మోస్ట్ థింగ్స్ ఐ సే కంట్రోల్ V keys do not apply అని రాస్తారు అనమాట. అంటే బేసికలీ మై స్టైల్ ఆఫ్ రైటింగ్ ఇస్ దట్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ సమ్ జ్ఞాన్ ఆర్ గురు సిట్టింగ్ హియర్ హూ ఇస్ గివింగ్ యూ సొల్యూషన్స్. బికాస్ మనం ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ వెదర్ వి లైక్ ఇట్ ఆర్ నాట్, ఆన్సర్స్ చెప్తే జనాలు కాపీ కొట్టేసే పద్ధతి తీసుకొచ్చాం మనం. సో బేసిక్ గా ఫస్ట్ అండ్ ఫార్మోస్ట్ కుండ బద్దలు కొట్టినట్టుగా నేను ఆన్సర్స్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు. నేను ఓన్లీ క్లూస్, విల్ అండ్ స్కిల్ అండ్ చిల్ అనే 3 areas లో నేను క్లూస్ మాత్రమే ఇస్తాను. ఎందుకంటే ఎవ్రీబడీస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్, ఎవ్రీబడీస్ కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్. సో ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ మనమే చేసుకోవాలి, కానీ మనకి చిన్న ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ మే బి హెల్ప్ఫుల్. అండ్ ఫస్ట్ అండ్ ఫార్మోస్ట్ I'll not be the person who is going to solve others' problems. People have to solve their own problems. Nobody can solve somebody else's hunger if the other person refuses to eat. So I cannot show a buffet and say that okay, మీ అందరికి పొట్ట నిండిపోయింది కదా ఒక వెళ్ళిపోండి అని చెప్పి నాకు బఫే వీడియోలో చూపించలేదు. So people have to serve themselves. And this is the practical problem actually. But anyway, I once again want to acknowledge you that you actually graced this session today.
Yeah, because nice. I appreciate your efforts because yeah, this will skill change. I think it is most important for everyone. As I was just mentioning, it will not apply only in the professional life, but in personal life also. It's a journey. It's a journey. So once we need to make a journey, we need to correct ourselves. We need to analyze ourselves. We need to understand ourselves so that the bonding can be better. The journey can be very smoother, and we can enjoy our life. That's what I would like to share on your efforts. I admire your efforts once again.
Thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you so much. I only have 2 minutes because Zoom, being a free Zoom, it will throw us out in another 2 minutes. Anybody, any quick word, Sriram, Mohan?
నెక్స్ట్ టైం వచ్చేటప్పుడు నేను అట్లీస్ట్ చదివి వస్తాను, సో దట్ ఐ విల్ బి గుడ్ విత్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆర్ ఎనీథింగ్.
Fair enough. Very fact that, see, I am not, that's the reason I am not running with the actual script. And I am also not trying to, run videos during this session. Because people have, me time and we time. Okay. So this 40 minutes, I intend to use it as a we time. Okay. So Sriram. Last minute. Anything? Any last word, Sriram? Yeah, thanks, Andy. Thanks, everyone. Because I think sooner or later Zoom is going to end us. Yeah. And once again, acknowledge your presence here. And anyway, recording, recording another elaga ante ipudu recording ante kuda everybody will not play everything, and at least somebody will get a sense. Okay, what is this about? So adi nenu pedtanu anamata. Yeah, in my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, sir.
Bye all of you. Bye all.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.